Hello and what is up guys, my name is Jager-M from Screencasters. As always, I'm punching out a Cyber Dragon deck profile update to my channel. This deck has went through a lot of changes since the previous build. I'm here to show you guys the updated build to this channel. So without further ado, let's get started. So first things first, rocking 3 Cyber Dragon. He's the main card of the deck, kind of self-explanatory. You need 3 to basically make your deck go. Then we're doing 3 Cyber Dragon Core. Core gets the job done. He does search out your Cyber Repair Plant, which is the only Cyber Spawn trap you run. You can banish him from your graveyard if your opponent has a monster and you don't. And special summon any Cyber Dragon monster from your deck. That includes your Cyber Dragon Drive, which we also run 3 of. I'm running 3 Cyber Dragon Drive mainly because you have to. You need more names, and I don't like his effect too much because if you do use his effect to make all Cyber Dragons you control level 5, you can only special summon machines for the entire turn, which kind of limits you, especially if you're not going for the Power Bond OTK route. So yeah, he's pretty good at 3 though. And that's it for the Cyber Dragons of the deck. On for the other monsters. We're doing 3 Galaxy Soldier. Gotta love Galaxy Soldier. He did get a moderate price increase because people are starting to realize how great this card truly is. Not just in Cyber Dragons, but mainly ABCs and other decks that can spam Infinity. But no deck does it quite as easily as Cyber Dragons. But yeah, you always have Light's discard. He's very good and he searches another copy of himself. So we're also doing 2 Quick Draw Synchron. What's so amazing about him is that he's also a machine. And it doesn't matter what you discard as long as it's a monster. So you can discard your core and special summon them, and that'll make your Cyber Repair Plant live. Kind of the same way this Galaxy Soldier works, but you kind of have more targets in a way because you also discard your Max Cs with him that are dead, but he's just really good for what he's there for. I don't know why I wasn't running him earlier because he's such a good card. He's basically your 4th and 5th Galaxy Soldier, which is just amazing. So we're doing 1 Cyber Eltonin and 1 Jizz Kaiju. The reason you run these is because they're searchable with your Cyber Repair Plant. Basically having a searchable Dark Hole and a searchable out to any 1 monster on the field is amazing. I might play 2 Jizz Kaiju because I have found myself using them and resolving a lot more than Eltonin. But Eltonin is such good top deck and he's searchable and he kind of helps the deck a lot more. But arguably Jizz Kaiju just a little bit better. Because you can basically take one of your opponent's monsters, special summon your Jizz Kaiju, then normal summon like your core or something, get your search, then contact fuse them to make your Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon. So it's good. Basically gets rid of 1 monster and gets you 2. It's okay. I do like them though. Any searchable with your repair plant, obviously. And last the monsters, the obligatory 2 Max C, because this is a going second deck. If your opponent does want a special summon and try to extend their board, stopping them very easily with the Max C is one of the best things to do. So yeah, that's it for the monsters. On for the S-Spells. As always, the 3 Power Bond. Power Bond is so good, it makes the deck go. It's one of your win conditions. Most of the time you really wish you could search this card, which is sad because there's no real viable way to do that. Me and Yuki know that I've tried several times to try and search this card and it just doesn't work with left arm offering and all kinds of weird draw power. But yeah, it's very good. I like it. It's a very good card and yeah, it's very good. And 1 Overload Fusion. Overload Fusion is pretty good. If you activate your Power Bond, you can activate your Overload. So it's very good. Helps for the OTK. So there's that. So we're running 3 Instant Fusion because you need your Panzer Dragon. Instant Fusion is really good because sometimes you need another level 5 to go into. So it helps you get to the Nova Loop or establish your free Infinity play. We're doing 2 Fusion Conscription. I like Fusion Conscription. Some people have been cutting it for Cyber Dragons, but it really helps if you have kind of a bad hand. It helps fixes your bad hands, just like Instant Fusion does. And here's the more controversial card. 2 Cyber Repair Plants. I have played this deck for a very long time with 3, but I did decide to cut it to 2, and I gotta be honest with you, it's helped the deck so much. One of the worst things to do for this deck is to open with your Cyber Repair Plant and a Cyber Dragon Core because it just really sucks because Cyber Repair Plant is a hard once per turn. If you normal summon your core and try to get a search, you can't activate both of them, which does suck. Ideally, you want to search this and not open with it, so drawing multiples does suck. So since you run 3 core, I'd rather take the risk of playing 2. It just helps the deck and helps unbreak your hands, but honestly, I don't want to see it. I want to search it, so that's why I only played it 2. You can try 3, but honestly, try it 2. See if it works for you, but for me personally, this card does amazing at 2, but a little bit less good at 3. And we're doing 2 Twin Twisters, because you gotta get rid of all that back row. This deck does lose the Solemn Warning and Vanities, so it's very easily just snipe it before you go for your game pushes. Then we're doing 1 Machine Dupe, 1 Foolish Burial, 1 Regeki, 1 Lid Removal. Just great cards in general. If you open with any of these, you're gonna win the game. I only do 1 Machine Dupe. I was trying 2, but the Cyber Dragon Core you don't really have a much reliable way to get to it other than your repair plant. If you don't open up this and the core, it's kind of dead most of the time. One thing I have noticed is that if you don't open with core and the machine dupe combo, drawing multiples of this means that it's kind of dead. So I'd rather take the risk just only running 1 than running 2. I mean, 2 you do see it more and you can find room for it, go for it, but I see it a lot better at 1. Foolish Barrel will send your Cyber Dragon core to get your repair plant live and get its grave effect. Regeki is good for the board wipe and litter removal, just one of the best cards, helps you OTK. Then for standard draw power, we got 1 day apiece and 1 upstar for the obligatory, standard 1-ups. You run these cards because you want to dig through your deck, get to Power Bond, and if you do activate Power Bond, if you don't OTK for some weird reason, 1 day apiece can save your life points very easily. And of course, with all Cyber Dragon decks I play, the 3 obligatory Reckless Greeds, because basically Power Bond's your win condition, you have no way to search it, so you might as well draw into it. So that's it for the main deck, and even 40 cards. On for the extra deck. So we're doing 2 Cyber Dragon Novas and 1 Infinity. Out of all my times of playing this deck, I never really saw the opportunity where going into 2 Infinity would benefit me. If I ever do lose my 1 Infinity, you can cycle it back with your repair plant, so that's kind of the main reason I only play 1. I mean, arguably, you could try going to 2 sometimes, but you can only summon 1 of them per turn, so that's kind of the big deal breaker for me, and hence why I feel like going to 2 is kind of overkill. You're already winning if you can make 2 Infinities. You might as well go into Zenmayo or another Nova at that point. So you only need 1, but the 2 Novas are definitely needed. For standard rank 5s, 1 Shark Fortress, 1 Tiras, 1 Zenmayo, and 1 Volcasaurus. This guy helps your Cyber Dragon Nova attack twice, especially if you banish the Cyber Dragon for its effect, so that helps you an easy 84 for game. Tiras powers through Backbrook and pop a card, Zenmayo pops 2 set cards, and Volcasaurus can pop a card and do burn damage. And of course, the 1 Gaia Dragon to put on top of all these guys, and even your Nova cards, so you can basically get Piercing, and if they get Fiendish Chain, he's one of the best cards to overlay into. Or stack on. We're doing 2 Rampage Dragon. I don't see the need for 3. If you can cycle it back with Repair Plant, so why not? I only run 2 because the extra deck is very tight, so, it just makes more sense. I only really go into 2, but you can cycle it back, so that's why I only do 2. It's very good and helps for your Power Bond OTKs. And the 1 Parasicroid, you can use this as an instant fusion target, although Panzer is a lot better, but it's an option, it is a machine, and you can actually make this realistically with 2 Cyber Dragons and Power Bond for a good 3,200 for the face for game, kind of like Cowboy. The 1 Fortress, I do find myself going to 2 Fortresses sometimes, so I might bump this guy to 2. But in testing, only really needed 1, but you can go into 2 definitely. And you can even fit in some rank 8s for there, so it's very good, I like it. A 1-up because extra deck space is pretty tight, but if you can find a way for 2, play 2. And 1 Barbroid, because if Cyber Dragon Nova dies by card effect, you can special summon him. And 2 Panzer Dragons for your instant fusion targets. They're the best ones, they're Honorary Cyber Dragon. You can special summon them with instant fusion, just let them die and pop a card. So yeah, that's it for the Cyber Dragon deck profile, guys. So yeah, guys, that is the Cyber Dragon deck profile, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It's a really fun build. It's kind of a mix between the rank 5 build and the Power Bond build. It's really fun. I got a lot of help for making this from Yugi Nono. We have been testing against each other sometimes, and trying to fix the deck and trying to break the deck very easily. Also, be on the lookout for Yugi Nono's Kaiju Cyber Dragon deck profile, which we kind of helped build together. So hope you guys like that. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And don't forget to tell me what you guys think of the deck and what suggestions on how to make the deck better and how to fix the consistencies. I'd love to hear it. So yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you in the next video. See you guys!